Alright guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to be learning about the Microsoft Power Query itself, how to import data inside of Microsoft Power Query, and starting the transformation process. So the first thing we are going to do is to import our data inside of Power Query. And just like I've said before, we can access Microsoft Power Query through Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Power BI. For simplicity's sake, we are going to be making use of Microsoft Excel. So the first thing we are going to do is open up our Microsoft Excel and then a blank workbook if you want to start afresh like this. And the next thing we're going to do is to come to the data tab, just like we've explained before, that we can extract data or bring data inside of Power Query by going through the data tab. So inside of the data tab, we have new query. In some cases, you're going to have get data, depending on the version of Excel that you are using. So new query, and then we have different source or variety of sources where we can extract our data from. For example, if your data is an Excel file, or if it is CSV, if it is XML, if it is from text, if it is from a folder. It can also be from a database, from SQL Server, from Microsoft Access, from Oracle, from MySQL, from PostgreSQL, from Teradata, and so on and so forth. It can also be from Azure, or from any online services, or from other sources, for example, websites, SharePoint, OData, Hadoop, from Active Directory, from Microsoft Exchange, from ODBC, and a blank query. From web is basically if you want to connect to a particular website and get your data from there. But for the scope of this study, we are going to be making use of Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel workbook, then we are going to connect from file and from Excel workbook. Immediately we do this, it's going to take us to our file directory where we can access all our files. Let's say, for example, I'm going to be using the popular Superstore dataset, then I'm going to import it inside of Power Query. So before the import into Power Query, it's going to ask me of the worksheets that I want to extract from the Superstore folder. As you can see, I have the Superstore folder, and inside of the Superstore folder, I have 5 different worksheets. The sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, and the Superstore data itself. I can start by previewing the data set that I want to work with. As you can see, this is not the data that I want. I can also try sheet 2, which is also not the data I want to work with. Sheet 3, sheet 4, none of them are what I want to work with. Then the next thing I will want to do is come to the Superstore data itself. This is the right data set. Now you can see from here that I have the Superstore folder, and inside of the Superstore folder, I have different data there. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is extract. I only want to extract the Superstore dataset inside of the Superstore folder. Now, by simply clicking on the folder that you want or the file that you want, that is what the extraction is all about. If you want more, let's say I'm interested in Superstore and sheet 4, I'm going to hold the Control key on my keyboard and click on sheet 4. So this way, I'm able to select 2 or more folder or 2 or more worksheets. And in some cases, you may have the checkbox right in front of the worksheet where you're just going to click on the checkboxes. And in some cases, you can simply come to select multiple items like this. Then I can say, I want to select the Superstore. I also want to select the sheet 1. So basically, I'm trying to extract 2 different worksheets inside of the Superstore folder. But in this case, I'm only interested in 1. Then when I'm done, then the next thing I'm going to do is I have 2 options. Don't forget, the ETL contains the 3 processes that we have in data cleaning, which is the extraction, transformation, and loading. The first thing that I've done here is to extract. And the next thing that it's asking me is if I want to transform or if I want to load directly inside of Microsoft Power Query. In this case, I'm going to be going with transform data. But before I go with transform data, I'm also going to be explaining how we can import data from SQL Server before we can import into Microsoft Power Query. In the next video, I'm going to be explaining the process of data extraction from SQL Server or any database management tool of our choice. See you guys in the next video.